Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And you know what? The media doesn't want you to forget about She-Ra. Now that the new He-Man series has been announced, you can't forget about She-Ra.
Oh, I think it's more than that. I think it's because you made the comment that you thought that possibly, maybe, perhaps they aren't doing another season because we're not hearing anything, and there's some other things that we're seeing that usually indicate maybe something else is going on. How dare you? And now they have to come back even harder hitting about how great it is to make sure everybody goes and watches it because it's so popular with numbers that no one can ever see.
Yeah, because Netflix hides all their numbers. Yes, we speculated last week that She-Ra might actually not be coming back for a fourth season, and or they have episodes banked. And if there is a fourth season, those episodes are already done because we said that there are some people working on the show who are now currently out of work. The internet kind of lost its mind, kind of like I expected them to. Apparently there's been chatter on Tumblr and Twitter and Instagram, and they even went to Bounding in the Comics, who marked it as a rumor just as we did. We said this is just speculation, and based on some information, some people have leaked to us that things aren't good at Netflix right now.
Yeah, but that would take things like reading comprehension, listening comprehension.
Yeah, some of these people, Clownfish TV is not a legitimate source. We never claimed to be a legitimate source. We're YouTubers.
More legitimate sources than some of these other blogs.
So anyway, we had a whole bunch, there were some people trying to engage on Twitter, and I'm just like, I don't care.
We're not a legitimate source, even though we've worked in the industry, know people in the industry, talk to people in the industry, but that's right, we're not a legitimate source. The rando on Tumblr is.
But, yeah, anyway, you know, I guess one of the writers of She-Ra came out and said that they had turned in scripts for season 4. And like I said, look, we said repeatedly in 2 different videos, it's just speculation.
Right.
We're not saying, yes, it absolutely has happened. We're just saying
it's on the internet, so it's completely true always.
It's completely
Unless it's coming from us, then it's always a lie, according to these people. But if it's coming from their trusted news sources like... Well, I'm not going to name names, but we know the ones that we continually bring up. The CBR, who did like how many stupid articles about She-Ra in the week after it came out, like 13 or something. You know, those are the trusted news sources.
Well, right, like the day after we put that out there, here comes Netflix let go of kids and family executives.
We mentioned that we heard that was going to happen, but we are never right about anything.
Yeah, we're never right about anything.
You said about IDW was probably going to do Marvel Comics. Guess what happened? Yeah. I mean, we're never right.
Hey, and you know, sometimes we're wrong. If we're wrong, if there is a season 4, I even said, if there is a 4th or 5th season of She-Ra, we'll do a video on it. We'll be like, hey guys, guess what? There is more She-Ra. But that She-Ra might have actually been worked on before.
Right, and the thing is, like, having turning scripts doesn't mean it's so. And where they're getting this 4-season thing from is because Noelle Stevenson said in her mind there were like these 4 seasons of like 13 episodes. She even said like 13 episodes each or something. It was like, so clearly it's not that anyway, because she had like 50-some she had like the thing almost like except like 52 episodes. Well, we already have 3 seasons, and that's 1 season order, a normal season order. So we already aren't getting 52 episodes. So, I mean, she said 4 seasons. She said a lot of things.
Things change. Netflix is changing, and, you know, Netflix is changing very quickly. It might have been that, you know, to be fair, that might have been the original plan, but Netflix is not doing so hot right now, especially when it comes to animation. I mean, they are letting people go who are pretty high up the food chain. They're canceling series. Animation is a prime candidate for cancellation. We're going to talk about that in another video, talking about the direction that animation seems to be going in and why this might be happening.
Right.
But, you know, if you go out to Google News...
Oh, yeah.
And you Google He-Man.
This is the article we're going to talk about.
Yeah, this is really interesting. So you go out to Google News and you Google He-Man. Almost all of the pop culture news outlets are talking about He-Man, but they're simultaneously throwing shade at He-Man while praising She-Ra.
We talked about this one before, but I still love this title. Little known She-Ra spinoff He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is being rebooted by Netflix. Little known She-Ra spinoff.
Yeah, so just so we're on the same page regarding make sure that this is so people are looking for She-Ra Netflix information.
As soon as they had that the announcement, they immediately made about She-Ra. But this article here was what I was going to bring up, and I'm going to flat out say this is a baiting article. That's what this whole point of this article is. This article is clearly just trying to get worms on the hook. It's trying to bait people. I'm not going to say who I think is baiting, but it's trying to bait people. Because some other writer from here was really upset about some things.
Yeah, I heard that
about She-Ra.
I heard that big old comic book resources, big massive pop culture site. Apparently, there are some people at comic book. I heard it through the grapevine. Some people at comic book resources are apparently pissed off at us because we've used their articles.
Dare use their article. Don't write stupid articles. Anyway, this one, it was funny because there was one written by somebody, and it was clearly, we're just like, I'm not even going to go there.
They want to start this up again.
And
this is the same.
I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. You want to play? We'll oblige. Because I honestly think these are just put out there because the reasoning behind it is just okay. So, Masters of the Universe sequel is already missing what makes She-Ra great. What exactly does make this show great? Oh, they'll tell you.
Okay.
And it's exactly what you think they're going to say.
But notice here, just from an SEO standpoint,
I noticed it too.
She-Ra, Netflix is in the first sentence.
Oh,
so
he gets Thunder. I think he gets Thundercats Roar in here too. Is that this one?
Yeah, it talks about Thundercats.
So I mean, all the buzzwords.
Okay, well, go ahead. You read this article. Lead me through it.
With Masters of the Universe Revelation, Kevin Smith and Netflix are returning to one of the most iconic pop culture franchises of the 80s in an upcoming sequel series. Well, I agree with you there. With a strong dose of 80s nostalgia, the new animated series will pick up where the old show left off in a move that will surely delight old school He-Man fans. I agree with you.
Hell yeah.
We're agreeing with you. Cool. On the same page. Awesome. However, that approach is diametrically opposed to what's made the current She-Ra and the Princesses of Power so popular. Again, where's the numbers and the ratings for this? Because the only people I see talking about it are these people and Tumblr and Twitter.
Pretty much.
As a reboot of the original He-Man sister series, a new She-Ra is rebuilt from the ground up to reach a much wider audience than just those familiar with the original series. No, it's not. It's made for Tumblr. I wouldn't call that a wider audience. I'd call that a very... It's clearly geared at a very specific set of people, and it's not the children they claim it's made for.
Okay, this next one is a total slap. Total slap. Now, CBR is taking a closer look at what has made Princesses of Power so successful and why Netflix's He-Man series seems to be going in a different direction.
Because the fans don't like what you did and they're trying to change it?
Translation, it's going in a direction of failure.
Yeah.
According to us, because it's not going to be She-Ra.
Right, but the reality is, flip that. It's the other one went in the direction of failure.
Reality is Mattel's in charge of this one. And if
the numbers are so great, there wouldn't be a problem. She-Ra stronger together because we went the same route of Adventure Time, Steven Universe.
They talk about
the Care Bear Stare.
They talk about that.
Yeah, okay. You'll love this, guys. First, the animation style of Princesses of Power is somewhat similar to the Cal Arts animation style that's been popularized by shows like Steven Universe. Steve Universe.
Steve Universe.
He knows him so well. It's Steve Universe to him.
No, I think he's grown up now.
Oh, is it Steve Universe?
Yeah, he's got some pubes. He's Steve Universe.
Okay. This decidedly soft art style is a sharp... oh, look what you did there. It's a sharp contrast to the original She-Ra, whose animation fit right in with both He-Man and the other action cartoons of the day. Probably because it was done by the same studio doing He-Man.
Yeah.
And a lot of the same studios doing the same kind of thing. So, wow. Okay. On top of that, while it shares a similar cast with its progenitor, many characters are changed for the sake of inclusivity. Okay, for instance, the character of Bo, who was Caucasian in the original and competent in the original, is now black and raised by a same-sex couple. Why do we have to put this part? Why, is it right?
How does that make Bo a better character?
How does that make Bo a better character? Because the original Bo didn't go around squealing, "Best friends club! Oh my god!" No. So that does not make him, okay, whatever.
Yeah. No.
The series also develops key characters such as Hordak and Catra. I will give you Catra, who were as two-dimensional as many 80s cartoon characters in the original series. So we have to make sure that we get that same... they're going two-dimensional. Most of the time they say they're one-dimensional.
I bet you at some point in this article, they say that it was just a toy commercial and all 80s cartoons were just toy commercials and they were dumb. Because that's the go-to.
I don't even know if they do, honestly, because I didn't read the whole thing before, but we're reading it now. So, yeah, I would give you Catra. Hordak, no. They have taken Hordak and made him...
a pussy.
They've
made Hordak a pussy.
The villain isn't the villain. He is just a misunderstood clone who we should feel sorry for because he has daddy clone issues. Papa clone issues. this deeper development of formerly one-note characters. Oh my god, I'm trying to understand how they were one note then and how they're not one note now. I'm trying to understand this. I can't understand this.
This show's not going to age
because
well.
just because you make a character, you race bend a character, just because you put more LGBTQ in a show, does not make characters more than one note. That just means that, you know.
What did they have to say about Bo? They were like, well, now instead of being white, Bo's black and he has 2 dads. He's got more than 2 dimensions.
How's that? I mean,
it's
that's stupid. Because I mean, that's just dumb. That does not make you a deeper character. You know, that is just, you just happen to be, you know, black doesn't mean that you're a deeper character than someone who happens to be Asian. You know, that's dumb.
So God.
It's like a puppet show. They keep saying the same thing over and over and over.
They're doing the same thing again. They can't stand it because you know the truth. Okay, here's what the truth is. The truth is, if She-Ra, again, we don't know for sure, but if it does happen to get sidelined and He-Man takes center stage on Netflix, they're going to screech about it.
In the background.
They're going to screech about it
Sorry for your ears.
because they're going to sideline She-Ra, this diverse Tumblr-esque She-Ra, for a straight up like anime He-Man, which is the opposite of what. So they're already they're already throwing shade at the fans because I think deep down they know this might be true.
But what makes it? But I mean, now it's starting to compare. No, it's not true. It can't be true.
It's
impossible, right?
I did that in unison. That was stereo.
So we weren't even playing that. But it's just this one. I'm trying to figure out what makes these characters from the '80s one note compared to the characters now. I mean,
it's not gonna age well.
but I'm saying there's no more depth to these characters than there were then. Yeah, it was cheesy in the 80s, but I'm sorry, as I said before, I raise you your cheese to cheese whiz on this one because the Princess Prom, the Slumber Parties Party, Horsey, I mean, trust me, this one has plenty of cheese to go around. Get some crackers and spread it because this has as much cheese. But I'm tired of hearing the one-dimensional. These are so much more than one-dimensional. Based on what? Because you made them representative of, you know, people you think need represented more. That makes them more than one dimension. Even though there was diversity in the original too. So I'm sorry, if all it takes is to make a character a quote-unquote good, deep character is by taking it and changing the race or making them have 2 dads, then that would be so easy to make so many characters more or deeper characters. All they have to do is say they have 2 moms, and they were black and now they're Asian. Bam, deeper.
Yeah. Actually, I'm skimming through the article here, and the whole purpose of the article is basically that new She-Ra is better because it's more inclusive, and He-Man is probably going to be bad because bad. It's bad.
No, it's bad because it's appealing to the old fans.
It's appealing to the old fans, therefore it's bad.
Right.
And I think this is preemptively, because I guarantee you, if She-Ra does not, I'm putting that out, if She-Ra does not continue and He-Man becomes popular, you're going to hear all kinds of screeching on.
It doesn't matter if it has to be popular or not, just because it exists. It can exist with Princesses of Power, and you'll hear screeching on these blogs. They already did. They made the announcement. Princesses of Power is still out there on Netflix, and they still made it all about She-Ra. To the place that said that it was a spin-off of She-Ra.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well, that was parody, but yeah, still, it's just, they're talking about the 2002 series, and they're trying to, like, case build, like, despite all that, the Emmy-nominated show was eventually canceled after 2 seasons.
2 seasons, yeah, that's the one.
Didn't sell. That's
this one, this is a 2002 reboot,
2002,
right?
2002, yeah.
And how many episodes were in the 2002 reboot? That's for the 2002?
Yeah.
Okay, so 39.
Yep.
So 39 episodes. It was canceled after 2 seasons, unlike She-Ra. She-Ra's got 26 episodes total in 3 seasons, and that one had 39 over 2 seasons.
Unlike many of its contemporary franchises, He-Man is still very much defined by the original series. Thus, any new take on the franchise will very much be held up against the first version. That is true. Yeah. Why reboot something if you're going to, not going to use any of the elements that made it work? And even the slightest changes could rub fans wrong way. That's true and false. I think some people are down for an update as long as you don't throw shade at the original.
You can have an update as long as you don't, keep calling the original one-dimensional and the fans problematic. And if you keep to what made it work, not change everything except just call it that, you should be okay.
Yeah, so fans will want to know that the people behind the scenes actually respect the source material.
That implies that the ones don't on this one, doesn't it?
Unless the result be something akin to Thundercats Roar, which we don't even know what the hell is going on with that. So this is almost like, it almost sounds like they're trying to be like, please keep She-Ra on while He-Man's on too.
Well, no, they're trying to appease the fans at the end.
Though this approach would seem insular compared to the obviously Princess of Power.
Okay, I don't
I don't know what that means.
Hey, I understand that. I do that too sometimes.
Yeah, it's late retired. It can also afford to be that way because of it. Princess of Power, by virtue of being more inclusive, a more inclusive Universal series, even though He-Man was the most popular freaking thing on TV.
No, read this. No, it gets better.
Okay.
By virtue of being a more inclusive Universal series, allows the new He-Man to instead focus on the hardcore fans. Because it already took care of appealing to everybody else and being popular and being diverse. So diverse. So now this one can just appeal to those fans.
Yeah, so I think that they're sort of like trying to make the case, though, that both of these shows can coexist, which they can. They did at one point in time. But I really am starting to think that if Mattel has it their way, and we've heard from multiple people that Mattel, there are some people in Mattel that internally were not happy with DreamWorks' treatment of She-Ra, and they're the ones who get the final say, even though it might be too late to, whatever. I just think it's really weird that it's all these, like, backhand slaps at He-Man, and, because, yeah, if they come out with a kick-ass He-Man show...
He-Man's back, he's giving a back, quote-unquote, hand slap to Skeletor.
He's giving him...
You don't see it because it's below the picture, but he's slapping him silly.
He's slapping his back.
And they're
What's
like,
going on,
his hands are in
Skeletor?
the front. I'm not talking. Never mind.
So, yeah. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I distracted you by slapping Skeletor with things. Anyway.
Stop touching my boner. No, it's my bad Skeletor. No, his jawline is made of bone.
Don't say stuff like.
And He-Man's gonna punch him in the jaw.
Then he'd say, "Don't punch my boner." He wouldn't say.
He-Man, don't punch my boner. I want a Skeletor figure that says, "Don't punch my boner." Oh my god. Could you imagine the new toys they could come out with? They could have Battle Boner Skeletor. Like, you punch him, and he grows a Battle Boner.
Wait a minute.
Donkey Punch He-Man and Battle Boner Skeletor. Those are the new toys that are coming out. Anyway.
We tried to get through this one. We did. But I'm the one that took it off the rails, and then you really took it off the rails.
So,
anyway.
I just want to point this is coming out from IO9, which has been relegated to just a subcategory on the all different Gizmodo since they got sold for next to nothing.
Because now it's deeper and it's more than one dimension because it's the right kind of journalism.
It's the right kind of journalism. Yeah. So I think some people are butthurt, no pun intended. I think some people are butthurt by the announcement of He-Man being supposedly going to adhere to what made He-Man work originally. Why is it so funny?
It's butthurt, but it's gonna adhere.
It's gonna stick. It's gonna.
Okay, wait a second, real quick.
It's done. We're done with this.
No, I wanted to show you at the very bottom because you left before I had a chance to point it out. And then after all this,
okay,
streaming now on Netflix, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, starring.
Oh yeah, they do that for SEO. Yeah, it's like please go watch it because we hope we get a fourth season. No, they're upset. Here we've got another CBR reporter showing how they can make She-Ra work with He-Man. They can work together.
Well, they probably could if they really wanted to do it.
But I guarantee you, they're not going to cross the streams.
Well, they're going to be like look completely different. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's why they're keeping He-Man out of She-Ra because I think
because they're siblings.
Yeah, you can't have He-Man in She-Ra.
It took him a minute.
I am glad though that they figured that out.
Yeah.
Because the music video for the song from the movie,
it was a little bit
is a little on the incesty side. So I'm glad they figured it out.
It was a little bit
before they pulled a Luke and Leia. They never got that far, but yeah. Anyway, there it is. I think we're gonna see a lot of articles like this. Again, we do not know what's going on with She-Ra. We have said repeatedly, but since nobody actually listens to the damn videos, they just look at the title and they're like, "I hate you." Boo down,
or they
boo
hear
down,
what people
boo.
have said on the internet.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I do think this article, though, isn't about, you know, really getting anything out there other than the fact that they're just, right off the bat, it's a Masters Universe might happen, but it's not as good as She-Ra. It's just, this whole point of this was just to bait and see if I think some people would take the bait.
Did we take the bait?
Well, we walked right into it knowing that was what was going on.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're going to see more of this, you know, and we don't even know how the new He-Man show is going to be. I mean, I have some hopes given the animation studio working on it. We've heard rumors that it was going to focus more on Teela, but again, Teela was the second most important character in the show, so that's
actually kind of made sense.
That's not actually bad. And she did have a lot of plot threads. The threads were dangling.
The threads were dangling.
Yeah, so we got to make sure that they're properly tucked up. Yeah, so I don't know.
I'm trying to be good now.
Yeah, I'm out.
Right.
So we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. Again, they are news, views, and rants. So
rumors.
And rumors. And we tell you if they're rumors. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.